Welcome back to I Have 4 Friends Gaming, and today we're going to be teaching you guys about how to defend against enemy SAM sites. Now before I get into the air, you're going to need to know a little bit of terminology and how a few things work. What those things are going to be notching, beaming, and G-pulling. So, what is notching? Notching is a very complex thing to know about. So there are plenty of YouTube videos out there I would really recommend looking up. DCS videos will be just as effective in this game. But an abbreviated, very cut down version is, what notching is you when you turn your nose 90 degrees or 270 degrees from an incoming missile or enemy radar source. Once you're at a 90 degree or 270 degree, you're going to dive down at anywhere from a 5 to 30 degree angle, and you're going to start to pop chaff and flare. What this is going to do is the enemy radar system is going to be emitting radar waves. They're going to hit the ground system, the ground behind you. Those radar waves are going to return, and because you're flying parallel to it, you're going to blend in with the ground return, the ground radar return. Your chaff and flare is also going to give off a very, very large radar signal for that missile to go after instead of you. I will demonstrate that momentarily. The next thing you need to know about is beaming. What is beaming? Beaming is when, keep in mind, this is just going to be real simple, real cut down. When an enemy missile is fired at you, if you're approaching it directly head on, it has a very short flight time to reach you. An enemy missile is never going directly at you like this. It's never flying just straight toward you like that at any time. What it is doing is it is flying towards your predicted impact point. So it's always leading you. So we can exploit that by turning away from the radar source degrees and then switching back and forth. So if the enemy missile is coming up at us, we can turn directions, and then it has to bleed a lot of its energy to reach out and, get to where we're going. By the time it gets to us, we can pretty much usually just G-pull away. And G-pulling is when you physically pull the aircraft so much that the enemy missile does not have the energy to continue following you into that pull and completely misses you. Those are a few basic explanations, so let's get into the air and I'll show you a little bit of how they work. Now we're going to be carrying some AGM-88s to demonstrate beaming and how we would do like an attack on an enemy SAM system. So, this enemy MAD-4 system is a ground-based radar, it's a mobile radar, and the MAD-4 launcher has the MAD-4A missiles, which means that they have their own internal radar, so we not only have to defend against the radar system, but we have to worry about the missile itself having its own internal radar. If you're ever wondering how can you tell if a missile has its own internal radar, on your RWR here, you will see a circle pop around the missile. So if the M has a red circle around it, it means it has its own internal radar, and you need to notch by turning your aircraft so that way these lines right here 90 degrees or 270 from the oncoming missiles. So we already know that that enemy system is pretty pissed about us, so we're going to start flying right toward it, and once we spot smoke in the air, we will start to beam. Or once we are convinced that an enemy missile is on the way, we will then start to beam and begin our notch and so on and so forth. So, beaming is super effective. It's guaranteed to have fired a missile at us just now, so we're going to start to beam. Using your AGM-88s or 126s, these two lines here give you a how far you can angle away and fire before you're ineffective. So, we can use that as our beaming target. We see smoke in the air, there is smoke on us, so we're going to turn the opposite way to make the missile bleed some more speed. We're going to fire our missile, and we're going to proceed to dive down 10 degrees. We know that missile's inbound, and there it is. So now that we have it 90 degrees from us, we just pop chaff and flare. And you saw how it just completely lost track of us and went into the area behind us. And we were still able to commit and fire. Now, you can use a very simple acronym, IDBNG. Identify, determine whether you need to break away or continue your attack, beam, notch, and G-pull. So, we can see smoke in the air. Oh, It's coming toward us, so we're going to start a beam. We're going to fire a missile. That thing's immortal, so that's just for shits and giggles. 90 degrees, forcing it to bleed more energy. Nope. Looks like we used the terrain to block that one. That's okay, that means we can even get closer. But back to what I was saying, IDBNG, identify, determine your action, which is going to be whether or not you're going to immediately defend or commit to your attack and then defend. Beaming, notching, and then G-pull. If you beam enough, a missile will not have the energy that once you G-pull, it will just fall right out of the sky. I hope this video really helps you out, and I hope you enjoy any of the other videos on my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Do me a favor and throw down a subscription if you haven't already. We're trying to get on up to 200. We recently hit 100, I think, about a month and a half ago, and I really appreciate everybody and how quickly the channel has been growing. Look forward to new incoming videos. Unfortunately, recently I've been doing a lot of extra overtime at work just to make up extra money. So once that comes to an end, probably in another month or so, you'll be seeing a lot more content, probably on the daily again. So look forward to that. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.